javelin, un painting to Latin stations in the northern schools.
From Champs League nights to Derby War, Madridistas wanting more.
We no fall, we no fall. When Madrid call, we stand tall. White army marching strong. 15 cups and counting on.
Hala Madrid, feel the heat. I am rhythm victory beat. With a flag from shore to shore, Madridistas wanting more.
Hala Madrid, sing it clear.
From the Caribbean to here,
Right forever, that's the claim.
Real Madrid, we run the game.
Madtrinidas highest, Madtrinidas highest, Madtrinidas highest, Madtrinidas highest, Madtrinidas highest, Madtrinidas highest, Madtrinidas highest.
Hala Madrid, jump and wave, white like sand, bold and brave.
From the islands we proclaim, Real Madrid forever reign.
Hands up high, sing it loud. Kings of Europe make us proud.
Win or lose, we stand the same. Hala Madrid, island
Hala
reign.
Madrid, jump and wave, white like sand, bold and brave.
From the islands we proclaim, Real Madrid forever reign.
Hands up high, sing it loud. Kings of Europe make us proud.
Win or lose, we stand the same. Hala Madrid, island flame. Madtrinidas highest, Madtrinidas highest, Madtrinidas highest, Madtrinidas highest, Madtrinidas highest, Madtrinidas highest.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Madtrinidas show. Hello to all you Madridistas in Trinidad and Tobago and around the Caribbean. Welcome. We have some important topics to touch on. We have a slight concern with one or two little issues, but we will get to that shortly. Latest in as of now is that Mbappe, he and Camavinga and Tuchemeni are returned to Madrid after the international break. And that has been successful with them because they have not sustained any injuries, because we can't afford to have that right now. Right? The boys are then back in training from tomorrow, please God, who has returned from the international break. And the squad was at camp all the time. They did not go to any international break because they've been training all the time, but the coach has reduced the time that he's given them off, which was 3 days. Now he reduced it to 2 for preparations for the upcoming events within the campaign, especially, as you all know, the Champions League, where we have to play Bayern Munich, which is one of the most informed teams in the competition at present, right? David Beckham had an issue to state certain things concerning Trent Alexander-Arnold being snubbed from the English national team on this break here, international break, for Thomas Tuchel, right? And what Beckham was saying is that he's a massive fan of Trent Alexander-Arnold and he loves him as a player. And he heard so many times that, well, that it isn't good at that he's not good at defending. Well, sometimes, you know, you have to accept that. He said to find it very hard not to take Trent to the World Cup. But then Tuchel said there's others ahead of him right now. And the others that are ahead of him right now cannot do what he could do. Right? He believed that Trent could bring something totally different to the others that in the same position. Right? Adagula had an assist against in his international friendly in Turkey. He had an assist. I didn't really get to watch him much. At the particular time when that game was playing, I was kind of back in and out of it. So I didn't really get a focus on him. But as far as what I got to see, that he was very well on the ball. He had a wonderful game till the little that I saw. Right? Valverde saying he in the prime right now. What you gonna do? He say I'm in my prime. And it's just that. We might have an issue here. But they're saying it is not. Yeah. So I feel a little better there now, right? Vinny Jr. is not injured because it's information had been circulating since yesterday afternoon, throughout last night, and up to this morning that Vinny was injured. But if he doesn't play against Croatia, it's only out of caution. He will be available for Mallorca. Tomorrow, please God, Brazil would be playing Croatia. Right? As you see, Modric and Casemiro reuniting with a wonderful side. Two legends at the club. They are wonderful for this club. Kamavinga and Apresi, and they asked him about Vinicius Jr. And Kamavinga said, Vinny is my G. He's great. Great person. I think people don't realize that because he's always screaming on the pitch. They think it's a problem, but he's just an emotional guy. And when you get to know him personally, he's really a great guy. Yep, he is. I don't know him personally, but I know myself. And I play myself in a game. I could be a kind of guy. In the heat of the thing now, there's the emotion flaring. But really deep down inside, it's all good, it's love. You know, it's just the passion within the game. Some people may be able to understand what I'm saying, and some people might just not get it. But however, it is what it is. So the most goals on the outside of our box in La Liga all year since 2021-2022 season has been Federico Valverde with 12, Mbappe with 9, and Yamal and Aspas with 8 apiece. I'll put it up for you. So let's go see what I'm talking about. The full 10. Nice. A deal will depend on financial proposals as he receives more bids from the Europe Saudi camps. I'm speaking about Casemiro. Inter Miami is interested in his signature. Messi pushing that, right? But it is what it is. Yeah, the start time talk with Casemiro camp, so they're looking to see if they could get him to come in to strengthen the squad for the upcoming conferences. Just a little tweet by David now, Beckham on Real Madrid. He said he remembered that one day, that first day, he turned up for training early, really early. Then all of a sudden, Zidane walks in, Raul walks in, Figo walks in, Ronaldo, Roberto Carlos. They all walked in after each other. I never really got nervous, but I was like, okay, this feels different. I like to be out of a comfort zone and enjoy playing there. You see, because he spent so much time at Manchester. So when he left Manchester, he came to Real Madrid and he saw all the Titans and them. It was a different feeling, a different atmosphere for him. He said, I think Real Madrid is a monster of a club, and you feel the expectations the moment you sign for that club. The expectations is probably like no other club that I ever played for. But obviously, growing up in Manchester, Manchester United is one of the biggest, if not the biggest club in the world in my mind. But that's me thinking as a Man United fan. But Real Madrid, you turn up, you walk into that stadium, you put on that shirt, you look at the history of the club, everything about Real Madrid feels different. I remember my first season, my first game walking onto the stadium pitch, people look at you different, they treat you different. You turn up and you feel different. Different feeling. It's an unbelievable feeling. So there's certain amount of pressure that comes with that feeling. But it's all honestly, I love the pressure. I love the pressure. I'm going out there try to prove myself again because I knew what I had to do. I was a United player from the age of 15 and then until 27 years of age. And I knew that I had to step it up because this is Real Madrid. Facts, David, facts. Preach, brother. Hey, David also went further to say, he said, I love the fact that Jude was at Dortmund from a very young age and still respects what he did at Birmingham, where he started. But then going to a club like Real Madrid, that changes everything. That's a big move. And his first season to do what he did, the fans absolutely love and adore him because he's a worker, a very hard worker. I believe that we had a lot of players in the England squad that are great players, but Jude Bellingham can bring something different. He can do things that no other player can do, and I truly believe that he is that great, and he is a great kid as well as a great player. Wow. Well said, my brother. Well said. Um, no doubt about it. Jude is one of the most gifted players in the English national team. Sometimes you watch the dude play and you just can't believe like he's from England. He's an Englishman because he do play like an Englishman. You know? He do play like an Englishman. Anyway, on an interview with Deportivo Sport and Meds in the Madrid zone with Kylian Mbappe about the World Cup thing. They say you only need 4 goals to become the all-time World Cup goal scorer. You know, it's absolutely surreal. So even to even think about that, and he said, for me, the World Cup is the star competition, the competition of the greatest players ever. When you tell me I could be its all-time top goal scorer, yeah, I can't even believe that. I'm only thinking of realistic things, like helping my team win and trying to reach the finals again. My first memory of the World Cup, 2006, because it was Zidane last World Cup. Zidane is everyone's hero and idol in France. We are ready for the World Cup. We are going in humble, but we are also on a mission to bring that trophy home. Playing a World Cup is very hard emotionally and mentally, and it is a lot of pressure to know that you are representing a whole country, 67 million French people. Yeah, it is. Right? Master Antoine and Messi putting on a little display the Argentine national team. Mind you, or see the love amongst the players when they reunite and thing after the game, the Brazil and France game. Everybody intertwined in the background and stuff. It was a beautiful sight, you know. Mbappe going across the link with Hendrick, you know what I mean? Yeah, and we need hugging up thing, exchange shirts thing. Kamavinga and Vinny pumping, Tuchameni, all of them, and you know. It was nice. It was nice to see the lads and them getting along together off the pitch anyway, and I mean, a very good friendship amongst the brothers, despite the whole thing, you know. Bellingham, he didn't get to play the first game, but he's he's been training all day today and preparing for the next game. Oh, I don't remember. My bad. They should be on the way back to camp as well because in England last game was today. Don't know how that turned out. Oh, yeah, that's all. Yeah, go explain how from a country with 3 million inhabitants came the current captains of Real Madrid and Barcelona. Wow, Ronald Araujo and Federico Valverde. Information in on Edwin Militao. He will not be available for the game versus Mallorca next weekend. He will start on the bench and play little by little, according to Alvaro Abiola. Beckham, again, people. On Trent, again, people. He said, I have seen Trent for many years and I think he's got a very similar style of crossing and passing to that I had. Who's better? I cannot get involved in this. I'll let you guys do it. I'm not one to say who's better because I love Trent as a player. End of attacks. End of attacks. Respect that, my brother. Who better and all who ain't better. And does it really make a difference? Nico Paz. Nico Paz. He said nothing has changed. Real Madrid wants Nico Paz back and Nico Paz wants Madrid. So it's set. It's set. He will be back in the summer. Oh, Schlotterbeck. He not interested. He say he ain't want to join. We have no problem with that. You stay where you want to be. You go right ahead, my brother. But we go see. You will regret that mistake. Yeah. You turning down Madrid. You going mad. You going mad. Slaughterback. You going mad. Trust and believe it. You had the nerve, the audacity, the balls on you to hang to tell Real Madrid you're not interested. Boy, boy, something wrong with you. Official news: Thiago Pitach chooses to represent Spain over Morocco, and he get the call up from Morocco. Tough luck, fellas. You want no part of that? Yeah. So it's been good. Now, my emergency meeting about this thing here now is about Brazil. I was highly displeased of the performance against France. I didn't know what I was looking at, honestly, as I said before in the previous video. The Seleção was not present. No, it had key players that was missing. Yeah, yeah, but still, that does not excuse anything. That does not change anything. In my lifetime, I've seen the Seleção lift 3 World Cups, and one of the World Cups, you see how I showed all of this one here, and not these three here, but the one in the middle, you see the second one that I witnessed. They win it on my birthday, the 12th of July 1994. Google it and see for yourself if I'm speeding. We play Italy in the finals. Baggio Messi penalty. We win the World Cup. I've been watching. I had the pleasure to see a few games of Pele. I've seen Maradona. I've seen these players play. Stoichkov and all these players. I've seen them play. And I know these names, all I don't know who these fellas. You understand what I'm saying? There's so many great players that pass in time. That like they not all of them have like pass away, but what I'm saying in the past now, we had so many great players that we don't even acknowledge that there was existing until something come up and we hear the name and then we will be like, damn, he was real bad, buddy. You know that kind of way? So, yeah. And Seleção, Brazil, all they going mad. All they going mad. I don't want to hear nothing. And Carlo, Don Carlo, you know, here's my soldier from way back when. Because as I tell all you, I'm rolling with 2 club all my life. This is my number 1. And this is my number 2. You understand? And they were telling all you when Carlo Ancelotti was running this club, he win Champions League. Certain thing, certain style of play. Come, wherever he go, he do the damage, he do the work, you know what I mean? He puts in the hurt on the opposition. Carlo, I don't want your legacy to end up a shit pile. I really don't want that for you. I love this manager all. He put so many smiles on my face. But why see what they gone there? Can't smile. Don Carlo, a real serious message for you, bro. Yes, father. Because as a tactical coach, I ain't gonna lie. Because of your managemental skills and tactics and things that make me get into the coaching thing myself. So in other words, you're a mentor. For me, miles away, you don't know me, and I don't know you in the personal, but I've been admiring your work. And I win a lot of trophies with juniors using your style. So that's how much I love you, pa. And I telling you, yeah, tonight, please, Don Carlo, don't mess up your legacy. Please don't do it. Carry him. If you don't carry Neymar, you end up in problems. You going up in problems. Brazilian people is not nice when they get fucked up. I'm sorry to use this statement that way, but it gotta be that way for you to really understand how serious this thing is. Don't make that mistake. Carry the man. You ain't have to play him like start him, but you gotta carry him. You see the whole country crying out for you to carry him. You see people all in the stands after the game calling out, you had to carry him, you had to carry him. You gotta. He's the only man in the Senegal that the world will fear with the ball at his feet. You don't necessarily have to build the game around him, but he's the man the game will build around him. Whenever Neymar on the pitch, the game will center around him. It's a natural effect. There's not nobody building nothing around him. Everything is naturally evolved around him. That's the kind of special player that he is. 180, 70, 50. Neymar at 40% is problems for plenty. Let we be real here, people. At 40% Neymar is headache for 80% of the globe defenses in the game of soccer. I don't care what nobody say. Neymar is built different. You will never see the kind of things that this guy does with ball. Rodrigo, Vini, none of them have Rafinha, none of them fellas even come close. Just unbelieve me. That guy have got to go pa. Don't make the mistake and do like what Dunga did and leave Ronaldinho while Ronaldinho was in full form. And he leave Ronaldinho due to a personal grudge, a personal vendetta. But don't repeat similar mistakes when that country have an idol and they love him. Please them. Because they wouldn't have that job as Brazil manager long. They will get so much pressure that they will have no choice but to release it. They have no choice. They will get so much pressure from the people. And the federation is listening to the people. If it's one country football federation that's pay perfect attention to the people, is Brazil Football Federation. And if they say go, they will fire you. Don Carlo, I'm begging you. Again, you got to carry Neymar. For your sake and for the sake of the country. He's the only person. They have nobody else. Rodrigo is out until further notice, probably. We might not see our parents of Rodrigo until 2027. So you need to carry Neymar. You can't waste no time, pa. He is the undisputed, you know what I mean? He is the undisputed Brazilian. None of them can come close. Don Carlo, that's all there. But it was a nice I saw people, I mean, kind of, oh, Brahim Diaz. Hmm. Fede Valverde, last 6 matches. 95th minute winner versus Celta Figo. First half hat trick versus Manchester City. Man of the match. Goal versus Elche. Man of the match. Goal versus Atletico Madrid. A 94-minute equalizer versus England. Unstoppable. Heaney Prime. Yeah, I believe him, man. Heaney Prime. Victor Nunes. Victor Muniz. I want to bring him. But I don't feel it's about that time right now. He scored on his Spain debut. He's a product of La Fabrica. But I don't think they should press on him right now. I'll give him 2 seasons again. Let me see what's going on. No, we have a buyback clause on him. We'll get up so we could do what we want here. Let's monitor and see how we go. Gonzalo Garcia scores a double for Spain in the U under 21 tournament. Boy, having a time. Ain't easy. Let you in, my boy. Rafinha. And Mbappe run past him and leave him spread out on the ground now. Them fellas just play harder for the club than for the country, boy. It's Rafinha and Vinny, boy. Telling all the boy. We need Neymar, boy. Them fellas go no to wake up. And them only perform good when he play, you know. Trust somebody for telling them. And Neymar on that pitch, when you see them playing the best. Other than that, them play no best. Alright, Madrid Zone 8, we I play at the month tracker 25-26 season. August was Kylian Mbappe. September, Kylian Mbappe. October, Ada Goulart. November, Kylian Mbappe. December, Thibaut Courtois. January, Kylian Mbappe. February, Fede Valverde. March, Vinicius Jr. Oh, there's a lot of months there, boy. Out of the whole calendar, like 8 months. 8 months out of the 12 months calendar, a Real Madrid player win the Player of the Month award in La Liga. Oh, we petri them. We am them. I saw you had to go on all but because they like to bust upon them out too much, boy, and I used to get mad for that too, boy. Because it's really seeing nothing, all they'll be defending it really making no sense to me. Or they'll be filtering down my ears with that nonsense. Yes, man, they can play, yes. But they all are good while they're trying to make them sound like. These are the things that's making no, you're good. When you get man a match or a player the month award, you know that month? That every match you play for the month, you was outstanding over everybody. How much teams in the ball in the league? And how much players registered per team? And you do that, Matt. And you is the best player of the month. So let us get that, you know. Out of calendar year, which is 12 months, eh? Real Madrid players get 8, eh? And all they want to talk as to talk. With the Pedri, with the Yamal, with them. Where? Anyway, that's for another episode, okay? Because after have an episode, we have to roast, fry, flamboy, boil Barcelona fans. When I done with all them might think all it life changes, you know? All them life choices, all them might think it over now. When I done with all them. Because the shaft I gonna hit all them. Me not them normal Madrid men and them who need talking about Champions League and thing, you know. That alone is a mountain, a molehill for they can't even start to reach that. So I don't even gonna bring that in. And this thing about all the winning La Liga, brother, like all they're not looking at how much La Liga all they have in comparison, boy. I don't have to win La Liga for the next 10. I know they're still reach me, boy. What is really wrong with all the people sometimes? These bastards, these babalodas. Oh my God. Ready to strip me off, you know. If we had no fan base in this whole entire planet, they strip me off more. Is that Barcelona fan? Them Barca dogs. They can make noise and they saying shit. Oh boy. They irritating, they like fly on the wall and thing. You know understand what I'm saying, yeah? They like tick and flee on a dog. God boy. And Champions League, we don't even start with that fucking Champions League thing, you know. Because that Champions League trophy is like to Barcelona is like pork to a Muslim. I am. Yeah, I telling all them. Hey. Anyway, we move along on to other things. Because I wouldn't like to get too much into the oh yes, FC Bayern Munich. Welcome to the Santiago Bernabeu. We have a little cakes and a little tea. If you want a little beer, your choice, or wine or champagne. You get that? I don't get that, but I will be getting. You got a little refreshments. Something tone down the body after everything. But that's about that. Everything else could be everything. Of course, I can't wait for that matchup and all. Yeah. Well, you know, I can't wait. Since 23-24, La Liga goal contributions. Abaka dog on top all year. Yeah, Abaka dog on top. Robert Lewandowski's. Lewandowski, boy. Yeah, he having 68, 93 games. 68 in 93 games. That could be a ratio about what? 2.4, 2.3. Boy, that ain't good enough, brother. Because look, Kylian Mbappe, 58 games, he has 61. Robert, you're absolute fraud. You're absolute fraud, Robert. Baka Dogs again. Alexander Surlot, 61. A whole 97 games. Our next big fraud. When I athletic. Frauds. Budamere, 99 games, 58. Well, he all like the road. And he don't play them. And Budamere, uh, he's a decent striker, you know, to be fair. He's a decent striker. Good in the air and thing. But 84 games, Rafinha, 56. 84 games, Vinicius Jr., 55. Lamine Yamal, 97 games, 55. Jude Bellingham, 78 games, 49. Anton Griezmann, 97 games, 44. Absolute fraud. Here you go. Aspas, 89 games, 41. Frauds. All of them were all kind of 99 and 90 something game and all kind of thing, and them little numbers, them are the frauds. Not deal with us frauds thing. Frauds, absolute frauds, right? You know what I mean? Oh my goodness. You know what they're frightened about? The fear the repeat. History have a funny way of repeating itself. But it flipped the other way around. Last time we met in the tournament, the first game was at the Allianz Arena. The second game was at the Bernabeu. This time, it's at the Bernabeu first. Starts there. And it ends at the Allianz. So it's a twist. Same outcome. Different scenario. Same results. Mark my words, people trust and believe what I'm telling on here today. There are two ways about that. Life is going good for we Brazilians and them. You see, Asensio is back out in training, brothers. People, Asensio is back to training. How he come off that picture last time, they was kind of frightening. Not even for my players alone, I talking in general, and I mean injuries is a thing you don't really like to see. Especially when it's severe ones. I wish no injury on nobody. I wish everybody healthy and fit for every game. I wish nobody to be injured and thing. I see our men who support club and we be glad to see men get injured and thing, and will be you could be glad to that. Then I ain't gonna get to see the best game. A man out. I can see the best game there. You understand? Because if our best man on the pitch, the next team will function the way how they're supposed to function. But when key player missing, will you really playing there? You understand what I'm stating? I want every team full 100 at the best. So when I cut all the throat, well, I had no excuse to me, but he wasn't there, and he wasn't there, and I doesn't want that shop to talk partners. I want to slaughter poultry shop. We just cutting throats while we moving forward. I want all the players healthy, 100%, and ready for war. That's how I want to tell you. No want nobody injured and thing. And that's why I was coasting on this international break thing. Because this international break thing have a tendency taking the club and them best players to represent country to get break up. Now me saying you can't represent your country and thing, but games are matter now. Qualifiers and all them things, they're understandable. But friendlies, by play a fucking bench and thing, by play them little ones and them are coming up and thing, there's friendlies, Ras. We are playing them big man and them. I'm to you. I'm telling you. I call it dotish, I'm telling you, boy. And getting men and them injured. And then guess what? Major games come up and they can't play. All they're not paying them, is the club who paying them. So basically, the club who paying them. All they just get them borrow. You dig? Borrow. It's a mandatory ban. Now let me do real shit, I'm telling you. I mean supporting it, None of it. That next match we are coming up there against Mallorca, we are dealing with them to suit. Because them playing mad. I think, what had happened? What had happened in that first game? I can't remember exactly, people. Anybody can recall? These days there are all kind of rumors flying left, right, and center. And I ain't coming on this channel to give all no pie in the sky. I ain't had time with that. Like the other day with Marker. That's that pie in the sky flicks. I deal with the club on a different level, you know what I mean? These fellas are them thirsty to come by me, boy. I'm to them, boy. I do want them, boy. You know what I mean? The McAllister and the Enzo Hernandez and I don't really want them, boy. I don't want them, boy. Seriously. We thirsty and to come no Madrid, and offering all yourself. Not interested. You know what I mean? And all didn't fit in my profile neither. Well, Enzo fit in our profile, but still, I don't want you. You understand? I start ranking thing with all the I don't want you. I need another player. I need another player younger than all them. All they almost washed and things. So I ain't into that. I forget the youth man name, from Crystal Palace. Oh shit, man. Forget the youth man name from Crystal Palace, but he's an option to come to Madrid. And this Rodri guy, what is really wrong with these fellas and them, boy? And Florentino, boy, what going on with you? Boy, fuck Rodri and them, boy. After he done La Mama guy himself and thing already with that ball and that thing, you bringing me to play with Vini, you going mad or what? We don't want he, boy. I don't want he, we don't he. He stay in City and nothing. Man City. Stay there. Talking on such a special talk, but when a big club come calling, you have to listen. Boy, and Perez, you better stop on your shit, boy. People and them taking this thing for a joke, yes. Mm. So all around the project is our Zilch vibes. All right. So that we get down into some possible transfers. Fabrizio Romano. Hmm. Wow. Lionel Messi versus Cristiano Ronaldo career stats. It's a debate I don't like to cover too much because for me, both of them deserve rightfully where they're at. People may say Betty better, people say Ronaldo better. I for one will tell you Ronaldo better. Because it's the things that he does, the times that he does it, and how frequently he does it. Messi have his moments as well, but he's not consistent as Ronaldo. Big games, that's the man. Ronaldo is a more big game player than Messi. Mind you, when you see that new law or rule that they apply to the requirements of the Ballon d'Or from this year go henceforward, the person or persons that in contention for the Ballon d'Or, they must stand out in big games. That has been added as officially as today, right, by France Football, right? So, as I was earlier saying, the Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo debate and the stats and thing, right? So Messi has 1,144 games under his belt, 901 goals, 407 assists. Ronaldo has 1,312 games, 965 goals, 261 assists. It is what it is. Yeah. You know what I mean? And both of them phenomenal, boy. Yeah, phenomenal, phenomenal. I was happy to get to see these people from the breakthrough to the prime to the drop off or to the coming to the ends. There are some players I never expected that they would have reached to that, you know what I mean? Expect them to be more better, more bigger, more better. But it didn't stand out that way. Okay, people, that's it for now. Thank you for joining us. Until um, I'm not sure about tomorrow. Please go down covering the Brazil Colombia Croatia game. Sorry, my bad. I get a Colombia from Brazil Croatia. Not sure. Might do a reaction towards it, but I ain't too sure. Because after that first game there against France, me too see them play now. I feel like I'm making my belly boil, boy. Yeah, yeah. Making my belly boil when I watch them right now. I feel like I making I might take a pass with that game tomorrow. Yes. So I think the next one will be the post match preview for the Mallorca Real Madrid game because that game is on the road. We are away for this one. And then in the week, next week, I believe it's Tuesday, we at the Bernabeu to face Bayern Munich in the Champions League. So thanks a lot everyone for joining into the show. Give me a like, a subscribe, share, comment. Say boy, your host, GR7, and looking to bounce. Respect yourself, respect others, love thy neighbor as you love thyself, and keep focus and pay attention to your surroundings when you're outside. Because the world is not a nice place right about now. For many. Peace and love, respect. Hala Madrid.
From Champs League nights to Derby War,